What's up? It's late. We're doing it tonight. Might be a bunch of night shows this week. Kind of is what it is. Scheduling conflicts, but that's fine. Hope everybody's good. Was at a charity thing today earlier, so I had to switch it back. I was just watching the Red Sox and the Marlins in the other room. Looked like it was getting spicy there. Durbin was up when I came in here, so let me see real quick. Durbin flew out, but nobody scored. Shallow? Hold on. Yeah, that looks like it must be shallow. Was there a wild pitch earlier in the at-bat? Ah, there it is. Yeah, I was like, why is the runner not on third? But he scored. All right, so that game's tied. Tell me what's wrong with the Astros rotation. Well, clearly Dana Brown's not going to get to fix it. He gone. Astros with some ill-timed firings, if you want to know the truth. But interesting. All right, yeah, so anyway, here's where we are right now on the evening. Not as many games today on the Monday. A lot of off days today, but Red Sox and Marlins are tied at 2. Rays are up 4-1 on the Tigers. Nats 8, Rockies 2, Rangers 5, White Sox 2, and a bunch of games that are late. A lot of people on the West Coast right now. You're going to have Guards, Angels, Phillies, Mariners. That's a Wheeler-Gilbert matchup tonight. Pirates, Padres, Twins, A's, Reds, Giants, Chase Burns on the bump, Cubs, D-backs, Gausman on the bump. So that's what we got going on tonight. We'll check in on these live games. I'm sure we want to catch up mostly on the weekend, though, right? I mean, I put weekend review as the title, so should probably weekend review at some point. Let me see if I can't get us reloaded here. Chase Burns keeps getting more fun to watch. He's starting tonight. There we go. All right. Let me get in the chat here. Let me see what we got going on. And we'll go from there. Spencer Jones, he has played really well. I just did Yankees Blue Jays for yes pre and post the entire weekend. Spencer swung it really well. Not all homers either. Actually pretty good at bats. Are you doing pregame, postgame for the Astros and Red Sox series? I am not. I will be in the building on Friday, though. I'm going to take pictures at the Yankee game with my friend Ariel. She's one of the photographers. She's the photographer. So we're going to hang out. See what else we got here. There's only Seinfeld. No other shows count. I do love Seinfeld. Can we watch Cease do a masterclass on Saturday? He pitched pretty well in that game. Thought the Yankees, he had too many walks, and I thought that the Yankees had good at-bats in that last inning against him. Too late for a coffee. I'm pretty tired. I could use a coffee, but it's probably not going to be the thing. Spencer Jones is breaking out, leads MLB in barrels since the break. That's true. Skubal back in Detroit Friday. Wow. Didn't know that. I mean, you know I love Gausman's split. He hasn't thrown great for the Cubs yet. Benge had a great weekend. Painter, I'm curious about. This one's caught my attention a little bit. Pleberino. Because his fastball's been different recently. So I'm actually tempted to watch Andrew Painter a little bit. Kate Anderson's debut. There's a video up on the channel. A couple quick takeaways here while they're fresh of mind. I've reevaluated my comps. The delivery is more Cole Hamels than anything else. I would say the pitch package is Blake Snell, but not as nasty. Like it's not as it's not as snappy as a curveball. It's not as good a fastball. It's less velocity. I'd say the changeup is like even less nasty, but I think Cade Anderson probably has, you would think, probably a pathway to better command than Blake Snell, but he doesn't have the stuff. But my point is, it's a similar over the top, exact same pitches, four seam, changeup, slider, and curveball, just not as nasty. So I've been calling him Diet Blake Snell with the Cole Hamels delivery. That's what I've been calling him in the early going. Neto, we watched the 5-hit game, I want to say, on Friday. Hey, have you seen Ted Lasso? Not the most recent season, but I'm up to date other than that. So me and my wife will probably watch that soon. Wouldn't a ground ball guy like Braziban be a perfect for closing games? So, yes and no. Ground balls have higher batting averages than fly balls, and you really want strikeout guys in the ninth so you can dig out of jams. But I'm not opposed to a ground ball guy. We've seen great ground ball closers, particularly the Orioles had some great ground ball closers. Recent memory, obviously Britton. Before that, Jim Johnson. There's been some good ones. Good question there. But I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Is there a reason why his velo dropped? Spin rate down and IVB and well, so there's been a lot of speculation on the Cade Anderson front. Let me go grab his data because the ball's different in Double-A. I mean, I'm not going to overreact after one game, really about anything. Where is he? And there's a lot of Andersons apparently. There he is. But yeah, he had less IVB than was expected. We were expecting about 18 inches of IVB. He averaged, what did he average in this game? 15. I mean, that's a big difference. 15 and a half. That being said, the fastball did play. He didn't have a very high spin rate in this game. I don't know what his spin rate was in Double-A. But again, it's one game. And it did look like he kept going to his hand. He kept licking his hand throughout his start. So it made me think a little bit that he was just having a hard time gripping the ball. And obviously grip is a big thing when it comes to spin rates, so I don't want to overvalue that. He threw a couple of curveballs at like 2,800 too, which kind of surprised me. And I just don't think he had his best game, but he also pitched pretty well at the same time, right? So, we'll keep watching him. It was an interesting debut. If he didn't get clipped there at the end by Bregman and Bush, it would have been 6 innings, 1 run, and we'd be talking about how he didn't have his best game, and yet he still put up a good start. So, whatever. But yeah, I've revised my comps a little bit. There was also, somebody asked me a YouTube comment question today about Cade's velocity dropping during the game. Let me see how much that happened. I didn't even notice it in the game. I mean, a little bit, maybe. All right, so yeah, he started off the game hot, 94.7, then 93, 93.8, 93.7, 93.8, 93.7, and then the last 2 innings he dropped down to the 92s. I don't know. Again, these debuts are exhausting. And so sometimes that's just the case. You're just wiped. You're just super tired. And that's it. And you come out with a lot of adrenaline trying to throw fire at the beginning. Again, he's not a hard thrower. I mean, he's got velocity, but he's not a hard thrower relative to what we're used to seeing. So anyway, let's see what else we got here in the chat. Then we'll do the standings. Then we'll get into some baseball. Clase is a giant ground ball closer as well. Yeah, Mariano. I mean, Mariano's not a huge strikeout guy either. I mean, look, he's the greatest of all time, but you got to be really good to make it work without above average amount of strikeouts and stay reliable, in my opinion, at least. And I just know in that role, you get a man on third in a 1-run game with 1 out or no outs. Yeah, you can get ground balls with the infield in, but it's a lot safer to get the strikeouts or like a pop-up in the infield. So it's tricky. Appreciate you, John. As a manager, if you were to take that job, would you run your clubhouse like Ted? I mean, not exactly like Ted. I mean, I'd run it like Adam. But yeah, there's some lessons with Ted Lasso. I mean, look, he leads with love, and that's what I would try to do for sure. I didn't watch the second tugboat outing yet. What are your thoughts on LeGrand? He needs to get healthy. Looked very impressive to me Looked very impressive to me when I saw him early, like in spring. Like, honestly, his off-speed pitches, even though he throws over 100. This is the fastball for Cade. It went from 23-24 to 19. I mean, I just want to wait and see another game. But yeah, he did look like he was struggling with his grip. And yeah, the spin rate was down. Kenley and Clase aren't ground ball closers, but they are bad contact closers. Usually it's with pitcher or a bad contact one. Yeah, I mean, Clase's bad contact skewed ground ball, though, right? I would have thought so. Appreciate this, Matt. Why are the balls different in AA and AAA? I mean, the easy answer is probably money, manufacturing costs, limiting and production capabilities. I don't know. It always comes down to money. Obviously, you'd rather have the same implement in everybody's hand, right? I think we can all agree on that. In your opinion, is there a better chance the Yankees re-sign David Bednar or Trent Grisham? I would say Bednar. I mean, looking at the future of the Yankees, Grish has been a nice Yankee, I'd say, the last 2 years, no doubt. Even the year before in limited action. But, I mean, you look at the future of the Yankees, you're going to have Judge out there still. You're going to have Bailey out there still. They got to figure out what to do with Spencer Jones. And I think at some point he's going to play a lot. And then I just think Grish, now that he's untethered from the qualifying offer, I think it'll be interesting to see what the offers look like. But, like, Bednar's a good fit. He's pitched well, really well for the Yankees. And, you know, relievers, they tend to be able to afford them if they want to. And I think that seems to be a good marriage so far. But you never know. You never know. Do today's immaculate grid for the boys. We're starting off this stream a little different. Why not? All right, immaculate grid for the boys and the girls that are watching this. Yankees, Red Sox. Gee, this is hard. Let me think of a fun one. I don't particularly love this person, but he did play for both teams. 10-win pitching season for the Yankadores. Let's go with... this is too risky to go Sterling Hitchcock, so we'll go Aaron Small. You guys remember this guy? 100-run season. Batting, probably an old-timer here, right? If I want to get a low percentage. I don't know. Let's go Knobloch. All right. Padres, Sox. We'll go Will Middlebrooks. 10-win season for the Pods. Ooh. I hope this guy had a 10-win season. He didn't. I got it wrong. Tim Stauffer was my guess. That's trash. 100-run season for the Pods. I know he had RBIs. Maybe he scored 100 runs. He didn't. So I'm 0 for 2 on the Padres. That's bad. Red Sox Hall of Fame. Okay, sure. Red Sox. I guess we'll go Rice. And then 10-win season Hall of Famer. Okay. We'll go Bly and then 100-run season Hall of Fame. We'll go Ichiro. Ooh, I clicked the wrong button. So anyway, I did pretty trash right there. But it was fun. I just messed up those Padres ones. I tried to get too low. I tried to go too low. All right, let's hit the standings, guys. Here's where we're standing. I know there's games in progress right now, but here's the situation coming into tonight. Rays 3 up on the Yankees in the East, 6 up on the Red Sox. Central, White Sox 3.5 up on the Guards, 5.5 up on the Twins, 7 up on the Tigers. 2-8 in their last 10, losers of 5 in a row. Don't want to be that. That's not good. They're in trouble. AL West, the first place Astros, who are tied with the Rangers, fired their GM and are already informed their manager he won't be coming back. I know they're under 500, but getting a jump on the lockout? What do we got there? Mariners 3 back, so still in it, despite being 7 down. NL East, Braves only 3 up now. Phillies have won 9 in a row, going for 10 in a row today in Seattle with Wheeler on the mound. They are creeping hard. Marlins, they've won 3 in a row. They're 9 back. Central, Brewers 6 up on the Cubbies, 15 ahead of the Cards. And then Dodgers 9 up on the Padres. Wild cards, American League. Cleveland and Texas are tied for the last spot. Blue Jays game and a half. Minnesota 2. Baltimore 2. Seattle 3. Detroit 3.5. Long way to go. National League pods are in. Diamondbacks are 2 back. Marlins 4 back. Wow, this is not as many teams hotly in this. This might end up a 2-team race here. Padres and Diamondbacks. We'll see. Unless the Marlins or Cards can push. I mean, I guess the Pirates, but 8.5 seems like a lot. Here are the coffee cuppers from the whole damn weekend. Just out of curiosity here. Friday, Bregman, 3 for 5, 2 home runs. This man is hot. Lawler and Walker. Pitchers from then, Mackenzie Gore had a good game. The Miz, there was that Miz Sale game that day. And then Yoshi. Saturday, pitchers, Tarek. Painter is the big one I want to watch. Batters, Randy had that crazy game with the robbed home run and the leadoff home run and the walk-off home run. Lou Bob, 2 home run game. JJ Bleday. Sunday, Tatis, 2 home run game. Pedro Ramirez, 3 for 6. Ian Happ, 5 RBIs. Pitchers, Cal Quantrill continues to throw up zeros. Blake Snell, same thing. Nolan McLean, probably haven't watched him in a while. Should probably circle back. Jake Bennett goes 7 innings, gives up 3. There's also some prospect stuff. Probably not going to get into any prospect stuff today. All right, let me get back into the chat. We'll see what we want to check out first. In my mind, Andrew Painter is an interesting guy. So we'll see. Yeah, we could also watch some more Benge. I mean, look, Benge, there's a whole article on Savant about Benge, basically narrowing up his stance. He started to get to more balls towards the top. We'll get to Benge, and maybe we'll start with Benge. Honestly, there's a lot of talk about National League Rookie of the Year, and we've done it too. But I feel like we just have so long to go. And then you also have to think of McLean. I mean, I know pitchers don't typically win the award, but McLean is creeping on like a top 15 pitcher season. So like, how's that not in the Rookie of the Year convo? All right, here's Carson Benge. I picked this out right here. This question out. And yeah, we could do a little Benge here off the rip, and then we'll look at some pitchers or whatever. So this guy's come on like gangbusters. He's been one of the better players, honestly, like around. One of the better outfielders around. Probably a top 7 or 8 outfielder in majors since mid-May. Can he get to 800 OPS? Maybe. Why not? He's at 765, 278 average, 337 on base. He's an all-around type of guy. And he's been playing really good as of late. The defense is really good, in my opinion. It's weird his outs above average are only basically neutral, but you see the cannon he possesses. He's fast. He's definitely made a lot of improvements. If you go here, it breaks down his batting stance adjustment here. And like when we first broke him down early on, I said I just thought he just did too much with his move, and that he would struggle with fastballs and struggle with timing in general. That's what I thought would be the case. And that was the case early, but then he righted the ship quick. It looks like he's made an effort to simplify things. He's still got a very rhythmic swing. But he's cut down on a lot of things. So that's that. And then here's the batting stance stuff. You can see he was 21 degrees open March, April. Then he went to 7, 5, 6, and 5. So really, as quick as May, he made a quick adjustment. And it went really fast. All right, let me look at him really quick on this. Carson Benge. This is 4-seamers from righties. Like, I'm actually, early in the year, you would have never thought he would have had any red at the top of the zone, but he does. And I've always contended that he's probably the type of guy who's going to smash soft stuff in the middle of the zone. You see that with the changeups. He's been really good at hitting changeups. He rides pitches out well. Breaking ball is not as great either, but apparently he's decent down and away. And then left on left, he's been pretty good. Now, this stat's a little jacked up. I don't understand how many times I have to mix up the stat. Anyway, this is all versus lefties, so a little middle down, but he's competed well versus lefties, and the Mets have given him good runway to do so. So anyway, where is Mr. Benge? Where are you, sir? Here. All right, game logs. Let's pick out a game. Let's pick out a game or two. Watch some swings. All right, how about let's watch all 4 of these last games. All 3 all of his hits. Just all the at-bats where he got hits. Gosh, man, the kids need me. All right, so San Diego, he had 2 hits against them on the 19th. We'll start there. All right, here's a homer off Michael King, 8-pitch at bat.
First, here's Carson Benge, who grounded out his first time up.
Yeah, we went late tonight. Rookie of the Year candidates. I mean, really, we got a long way to go, so I think this race is far from over, but this is going to be a tough vote. There's very likely to be several players that have a good case. All right, so he goes around on a 2-0 changeup. Laz says he goes there down at third. Let's see what else we got here. Man on first here, 2 outs, Michael King. Front door sinker takes that. So that's a bunch of pitches running away from him. Here's another one. They try to go front door, almost clips him. Good try by Kinger. You know, it's crazy. This pitch completely scares the shit out of Carson. But look where it ends up. Like, it's not far off. It's unbelievable. All right, so that's another pitch going that way. Now he's going to come back the other direction with the slider. Ooh, really good pitch to hit, but he kind of misfires underneath it. And then he's going to clip him on that sinker. He's trying to go back to the comebacker. Wow. Late barrel, opposite field action. This is just a very rare swing. Man, he caught that ball deep, I think. Somehow kept it fair, didn't spin it. 98 at 31. I need to get a better look at that swing from the side. All right, maybe he didn't catch it that deep. He actually kind of caught it neutral. Look at the way he accelerates up through the ball on his finish. It's kind of like that old school, like down and up type of action on the swing. He's like just a great athlete is kind of where I've landed. Just an amazing athlete with really good just feel for himself, like in terms of where his body is in space. And I just think he's just going to get better and better and better. Still a little aggressive probably, but I don't know. He's pretty dynamic. So that was impressive. Takes Kinger on the front door single. Now the next at bat, he's going to get a hit again. This time Mike's starting him with the 4-seam. All right, which we missed. Let me see if we can get it from here. All right, taken all the way. Full statute take. 0-1 on the 4-seam. Here comes the slider. Easy take. Here comes another one. Yanked foul. And then changeup. And I mentioned he's been really good at riding out these changeups. And this is just, fortunate. But again, when you're fast, you get a lot of fortunate hits. That's why I always used to laugh about Miguel Cabrera hitting 330 because he's not getting fortunate hits. Like, he's not getting infield hits slow. So, but that's why being fast is cool. Hits this ball perfect. He didn't hit this ball hard or anything, but just gets rewarded for being fast. Again, the athleticism plays. So, free hit there. All right, then he's got 3 games versus the White Sox, where he gets hits in all of those games. 1 for 4 in this one. Gets a hit off of Burke. 8-pitch at bat. Got a live update. Red Sox take the lead 3-2, top of the 9th versus Marlins. Man, Red Sox been playing some good ball right now. Kind of has some young Cody Bellinger in him. Belly swung even bigger, I feel like, and had that super upright, down, up type swing. But, in terms of, being an all-around player, they're very similar. Wow. That was a crazy thing to call a ball. They called this pitch a ball? This is one of the worst calls I've ever seen in my life.
Certainly I've been in this game for 25 plus years and
oh my God. All right, 0-2, so he's got a battle. Tough pitch to hit, honestly. Early in the year, he probably doesn't cover this. Fouls it off, though. All right, 0-2 fastball here. Yeah, that was crazy, Ryan. Another cover way above the zone. Here comes a curve. Oof, they challenge that? That was close. I mean, you had to take this pitch. This pitch kind of pops in no man's land, but he almost backdoored it. So survives that. Now cutter backdoor. Bad pitch. Sinker. Front door. I kind of like what Sean Burke's trying to do. And then Benge smacks him off there, and now four-seam, but it's a mistake middle down. Yeah. Stays through it, though. Like, stays inside that thing. The Met ball's pretty far in. Gets jammed, but again, we like getting jammed. I keep talking about it. He just fought really hard. Fouled off a lot of pitchers' pitches there. Spit on some close ones. So that's a nice swing. That's the only hit of that game. Hang with me, guys. 2 more games here. Game 2. 3 for 5 in this one. First one's Castillo.
Rookie season for Carson Benge. 272.
Slider strike. You like the Chicago White Sox City Connects? I like the fact that they're kind of Bulls adjacent. But, yeah. All right, so that pitch was pretty hittable, even though it's wicked. Another guy trying to do the front door sinker thing, threw it middle. And then he's going to get him on a changeup. Let's see what happens here.
2 strikes the count.
Yeah, kind of rides it out, flicks it out there again, puts it in play. Hard guy to get the changeup by. Wow, and no slide from Ewing. But man, just good reach. I mean, he's going to put more. This is why he's hitting almost 280 or whatever, just because he puts the ball in play. And obviously the speed factor. It's a good piece of hitting. It really is. All right, next hit, also Castillo. Another long at-bat. These are also really long at-bats.
So back-to-back nights with a home run for Bichette.
Oh my God, I never even considered this. I don't know. Honestly, I'm not sure who's going to take that job. It seems to be a little volatile with that ownership, but call me crazy. I don't know.
Whoever that was next to him gave him a little extra pat like, man, I wasn't sure you could.
Is the lack of pressure on the team to perform helping the younger Mets get settled and have fun? I mean, yeah. I don't think it would really matter for the young guys. I think they'd be getting a hell of a lesson in a pennant race too, of course. But, like, they're not depressed because the team's losing. They're in the big leagues. They're in the big leagues. They're getting to play every day. This is an opportunity of a lifetime. Like, you're in Chicago this last week. You're eating good. Your family's out there. You're getting to play in sold-out ballparks. You have no pressure to win. It's all just individual. Like, you can figure things out because you're getting chances. They're chilling. These young guys are happy as hell. All right, so this has been a lot of fastballs fouled off. Front door sinker, and then he catches it. I mean, that's just a great at-bat. I mean, spoil after spoil after spoil after spoil. And then, you know, it's a thin margin with Carson. If you miss down a little bit, he's probably going to be more on time. It's a nice swing. How hard he hit that. 107. He's also got really good exit velo. All right, here's the bomb. Left on left.
Now that's my style. Some loaded nachos.
Fastball away. Slider coming here. Yeah, flying jets, not riding buses. Facts. Eating good, eating real good. Making more money than you've ever made, even if it's the league minimum. You're feeling rich as hell. You ain't got no kids or nothing. All right, slider, kaboom, and he freaking posed on it. I love when lefties hunt the strike breaking ball from the lefty and then don't miss it. We saw it the other day with Michael Busch off Cade. This is just a beautiful thing. I mean, gets to a 2-1 count. He's like, this guy's not challenging me. He's coming with that slider. Oh. All right, that's got to be like 104, right? 105.5. That's an absolute tank. We got to see that from the side. I mean, he did the Fat Joe lean back, right? And you can see the Mets dugout was feeling it. This is what the swing is actually built to hit, is the bad medium speed pitch in the middle, but you're going to get some of those every year, and it's pretty cool to whack it like that. That was sick. All right, so that's the dinger, and then one more game. This is their most recent game since they don't play today. 2 for 4. 2 hits at the end of the game. One off of Fetty's 7-pitch at bat. Benge, my goat. His spray chart is a thing of beauty. The homer at City was similar to the porch. He's killing it. He is. He's feeling it right now. And I do think because of the swing adjustment he made, where he's a little bit more on time, now he can kind of see the ball hit the ball. I just mentioned that he was probably hunting that lefty breaking ball, but I think against a lot of these righties, he's kind of seeing the ball hitting the ball, and he's athletic enough to pull it off. And that makes him really dangerous, because then you can't set him up much. You can't outthink him because he's not thinking. You know, he's just there and smacking balls, and he'll use the whole field. That was a huge hack on that sweeper. So you have to see the ball hit the ball if you're taking a huge hack at a 3-1 sweeper. 3-2 sweeper. Man, he tripled up. Fetty, my guy, what are you doing? And then he burns Antonacci or somebody to left for the double. That felt like it should have been caught, but nevertheless, good at bat. And then he's got the one more at bat. Man, and it's Grant Taylor, and Grant Taylor is a monster. Curveball down, 98. Does he go the other way? Yeah, gets jammed because that ball has cut on it. Flicks it in there. That's going to be extra base hits. Does he get to second? Wow, he doesn't get to second. I'm surprised. He probably thought it was foul. Oh, no, he's running. Interesting. All right. Anyway, yeah, you see, though, he's letting himself get jammed. He's not afraid to go the other way. He's putting balls in play. He's fouling a lot of stuff off that he wasn't fouling off early in the year. And then don't make a mistake with some bullshit in the middle that's slow. There's that spray chart that was referenced. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Pretty good. All right. We got to take a quick break in the program. I got to go help my daughter with something. And then I'll be right back. So hang with me for probably a minute. All right. That took a while, but I had to go help my daughter with her internet in her room. It's total dead zone in there. So sorry about that. All right. We'll look at some other stuff here in a minute. That was the Benge look at. He's playing well. Can he catch him? We'll see. Is winning team a tiebreaker? I don't know if I believe in that or not. It's going to be interesting. McLean is the other one that probably has a good shot from the Mets as well. Like I mentioned, he's probably having a top 15 pitcher season. So that has to be considered. Anyway. All right. Here's a question. Representing both Team Italy and Team USA must have been special. What's the most? The Team Italy thing was like really, they were both amazing. Team USA is something I was hunting my whole life, but never really was anywhere close to being a Team USA guy until finally I was. And that was just like, it's just a badge that I wanted to have. And I thought we were going to win the whole thing, but we lost to Japan, whatever. But it was great. A lot of pressure, though, playing for Team USA. Very similar to being on the Yankees, I would say. Team Italy, opposite of that. No pressure, but you're in the same tournament, so it's all upside. And the first time when I did it, it was kind of like a major league debut in a way, because I had not been in the big leagues yet. I had been in AA. And then this time it was kind of like a last hurrah. So both of them were great. All right, let me scroll way the hell down here. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's just, it sums up. And it's also like, there's another thing too. Like there's like a frame on the TV and it's like blocking the remote. And it's like infuriating just trying to get it work. Anyway. All right, let's real quick. This is what I was gonna say. Just we'll keep moving it. We'll keep it moving here. But what I was gonna say is this guy, and I don't know if I want to watch this game or not. We probably could watch it, but like this season right here is like arguably better than anything that Benge or Weatherholt or Sal Stewart is doing. But again, pitchers don't really win this award, so I don't know. Crazy. I see all this Lombard, Jones. Lombard's been a little overrated so far, I would say. I love him defensively, but have you seen his Savant page yet? Have you seen his? It's not that impressive offensively. It's still a small sample, but so. And I do think Jones has been looking good. They need to do Rookie Pitcher of the Year award. I agree with that. That'd be fun. Second award, why not? McLean's K's being down recently are a bummer. I got to meet Ned Coletti and Cervelli, great guys. I don't think I can get the video of the Little League World Series stuff, although I've been watching it a little bit. He's human. He'll be all right. Down. He's in a slump, but he'll be all right. If we're being real, Nolan is the Rookie of the Year. It's just crazy. They don't really ever go to those guys. All right, I really want to look at Painter. There's been a lot of questions about Painter. Recently, stuff has been a little different, particularly his fastball. So I got to watch this last outing. Phillies Cardinals from the 22nd. Andrew Painter, former number one prospect in baseball, I believe, as a pitcher, or at least number one pitching prospect in baseball. Tommy John, whole different fastball shape. This year's been a mess. Changeup definitely improved when we last checked up on him. Command was a little better. Anyway, now there's a scuttlebutt that his fastball's improved. So in this game, he goes 7 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, no walks, 8 strikeouts, 103 pitches. Here's the breakdown, 25 changeups. We mentioned that's been a big thing. 4-seam fastball, 97.3 average. That's almost a mile an hour up. And more importantly, there it is in the movement chart. 18 inches of induced vertical break is a big freaking deal compared to the 16. And it's maintained that little bit of cut shape. So now he's getting ride cut. Ride cut. Better than he was before. That's a much better pitch, especially at the velo he's throwing it at. And the spin rate's high and seems to be high on everything. So something's going on. 23 sweepers, 17 sliders. So yeah, utilize that high release, throw more of a downhill slider. Sinker, curveball. I need to circle back to him again before we watch I need to see his pitch mix by game. Something's up. Yeah, he dropped the sinker for a bit, although I guess he was in the minors. Never mind, he didn't drop shit. The sweeper. The sweeper kind of came up in usage. All right. Anyway, that four seems flat out different. So that was the big thing that I wanted to see there. What else in this game? 33% whiff. Got a lot of whiff on everything. Strikes were great. 81 strikes, 81% first pitch strikes. All right, let's watch it. I'm curious to see what a dominant Painter outing looks like. So this is the St. Louis Cardinals and the Philadelphia Phillies. Andrew Painter from a couple days ago. Let's check this one out.
I hope everybody's ready for some baseball because our first pitch tonight is brought to you by
How much can Painter sustain this fastball shape and induce vertical break? You know, that's the $1 million question, right? You know, what adjustments can stick around? What is a fluke? What's not a fluke? Anyway, he comes out with 3 pretty electric heaters to start this game. I mean, even this one's a ball is 19 inches of IVB, and that's 98. Seems to be moving a little bit differently on the mound, I would say. Just a touch better. It just seems like it's flowing better. All right, there's a sweeper with some depth. Again, he's got a pretty high release, so it makes sense. That's a lot of break, though. 18. Good take by JJ. And then 98. Middle, and he catches the line drive. So, I mean, that should have been a hit. Nice catch, though. I mean, that ball caught him, to be fair, but... Ugh, can't see it from there. All right, 1 out. Next. This is the Dugout app.
100 miles an hour. Here's Herrera, and he takes a strike. It's 0-1.
Sinker, backdoor strike. Yeah, you know what's funny? This is a good comment, Dano, about the Rookie of the Year stuff. There was a stretch there where, like, a great closer could definitely get votes for Rookie of the Year, but I almost feel like more so than a starter. I vaguely remember that Jaime Garcia's Rookie Year was pretty damn amazing, and he didn't win Rookie of the Year. All right, there's that right-on-right changeup. A la Brandon Pfaadt going to the changeup to both sides when ahead in the count. And this changeup's gotten a lot better as the year's gone on. Nice pitch there. All right, here's Burleson. Did you guys see that Burleson's #1 in the receiving metric at first? That's awesome. So now we know that he's more than a one-tool player, right? He's providing some value, and that's important with Weatherholt and Wynn out there. All right, change up again. This is nasty. With his angle, that's super droppy. So he's now working that downhill plane. It's not quite Savage. It's more Michael Wacha. Maybe not quite as high, but it's a similar effect. The four-seam downhill plane and the change up off of it. And this new four-seam is crazy. This is 99 with 19 on it. So I don't know what he did, whether this is a grip change or what the hell's going on, but man, he looks way different. And this curveball's nasty, and it's going to play because he speeds you up even more with that fastball now. That's just a really good back foot breaking ball to the dirt, striking out a really good hitter. He looks great. He looks great. Told you that, bro. You called me crazy when I compared him to Teixeira. Well, I mean, yeah, Teixeira's like a picking god, but hey, that metric makes you look great. Like, your opinion's fantastic. So I'm with you. I'm with you, man. Good point out. Really good sweeper there. I was 21 and -2. Why is his stuff, like, way better now? Backdoor sinker, I love it. Bryce? Did you see Bryce was by far the worst in that metric at first base over the years? I went and looked back. I went and looked back, and he was like the worst over the last 6 years at first base on receiving. Yeah, I played baseball through college too. No, I don't mean to call you crazy like in a bad way. I just, yeah, I'm a little biased towards Teixeira at first. I've watched that man play a lot of first base. He might be a crazy senator or whatever the hell he is now, but he was a damn good first baseman.
Swing and a miss. Boy, his stuff is...
All right, slider here. So, I mean, he's looked amazing these first few batters. Punching out guys with sliders, changeup looks good, the velo, the fastball shape. That was nasty. And so far, our friend Baez hasn't done much since that unbelievable debut. All right, here's Church. Fastball pulled in, sweeper down, so 2-0 count. Now to the slider. That catches the bottom, and then changeup.
The Slugger has an exclusive licensing agreement with Disney.
Gobbled up by Bohm, flips it over. Beautiful first 2 innings. This is probably the best I've ever seen him pitch. 96 strike. I notice he attacks left-hand hitters with a sweeper and ditches splitter, and he's loading more on his back leg. Yeah, I mean, whatever it is with the delivery, it doesn't look all that different, but to me, it looks smoother on that, like on his drop phase. Like his drop phase, like this phase right here, from this point to there, and then translating it into the rotation looks very clean to me right now. But I mean, yeah, I mean, his sweeper's got a lot of depth. I don't have a problem with him throwing that to lefties. It's fine. It's got enough depth. And then there's another screaming heater. How many inches on this one? 18.2. It's just way different when his fastball is now a threat. His fastball was like literally, it was holding him back a lot before. Now all of a sudden it's for real. Sweeper strike. Four seam up in.
Bouncer left side. Sosa backs up on it. Throws with a jump and it's...
All right, that play was crazy. He gets on.
First base runner. First time he's from the stretch. No matter. He starts him off with a strike.
Yeah, faced him in high school. Elite stuff. Plus fastball. Great changeup he's developing. It's just weird because pre-Tommy John, his fastball was a totally different shape. It was more of the traditional run-ride shape. Then it went to this like Shohei Ohtani-esque, not very lifty, cuttery shape. And now it's like cut ride shape or perceived cut ride shape. Now it's just keeps morphing, but this one's nasty. All right, the last couple haven't been as lifty. Here's another right-on-right changeup. Great pitch. Amazing that Blaze Jordan even touched that. Slider now. And now he's moving it around, too. He's going both sides of the plate. He's definitely aiming for chase below zone. Like he's trying to play more north-south while also having this pitch to keep you honest. That was very athletic play, too, defensively. Like pitchers, and we all know this, they're very uncomfortable throwing to the bases. But when you make it look easy like that, let's watch that again. Like that's just a good sign to me. That tells me that you have very good natural feel for your arm slot. Very comfortable thrower. I mean, that was smooth as hell. So man on second and a 1-pitch hit to JJ. Sweeper smash to right. Rice hits the cutoff man. Good swing by Weatherholt there, and then a 1-pitch out to Herrera. Sweeper.
Bounces it to third. Sosa has it.
Yeah, I mean the sweeper's just got good action now. That one wasn't as big, but it got to the bottom there, which ended up being a really good choice here, because Herrera comes out and around that. So good first 3 innings. I know he had first and third in that inning, but still good. Fastball hasn't been as crazy on the shape, at least on the IVB, the last couple innings. Inning and a half, I'd say. But let's see if that keeps going or if that switches up.
Accomplished at both. In North Carolina.
What makes his fastball better, and what adjustments do you think he made? It's just got more. It just resists gravity better on average. On average, he's got more. It's more. It's just not coming down as much. And now his cut becomes more of a feature because it's got a lot of velocity, it's got a lot of lift, and then the cut is kind of a little abnormal for that. So then that becomes more of a feature. Whereas before, if you didn't locate it well, it's going to be a little bit of a barrel finder. So that's what I see. I have no idea what adjustment he made. It does look like the delivery's gotten more comfortable, and in general, he's throwing with more conviction and confidence. You can see that. But I don't know. Grip? Something mechanical with a cue that's led to it? Don't know, but that was a great changeup. Here's Jordan Walker. First pitch out on a sweeper again. This is why the sweeper's like, to me, like the freaking king shit 0-0 pitch right on right, because it's just like they mishit it all the time. This is such a meatball. But he just misses it, you know? Just misses it. And then another one pitch out. So a very efficient fourth inning. Baez tried to jump him there. Almost got him there. Good try. But he got on the hands just enough. Still hit it 105.5. Crazy. That ball hit it too high, I guess. All right, fifth inning. Change up, strike. Beautiful. Four seam. They're going to go back up in. Yep. Jams him. Roll it over. Easy peasy. That's one out. Next is Fermin. Another righty. Another first pitch sweeper. That's a ball. All right. This one's a good one. 18-5. Yep, that ball looked down out of hand and held line. This is a sweeper at -22. So buckles him, and then backdoor sinker is a nice choice. I like it. Executes it, gets the ground ball, throws it a little middle, but you're not going to do much with that. Here is Crooks, no BG's Crooks. Slider bottom of the zone, now changeup.
You'd have to do the open by yourself.
Changeup's very effective now.
0-2.
Runs away from his hand on that one. Changeup pulled foul, and now four seam at 98.2 gets the chase above zone. I mean, it just feels like he's got more. Like he's just speeding up the hitters more. He's like their timing is not they're not comfortable anymore. They're not able to just sit there and see the ball hit the ball against him and know he's going to make some mistakes and he can't get the fastball by you. Now they got to anticipate a little bit, and that starts the chase. All right, so good swing there by Blaze Jordan on that first pitch heater for the leadoff double here in the sixth. Here's JJ. 97 away. A lot of guys coming back from TJ lower their arm angles. I'm trying to answer that question now. My arm angle stayed the same, I think, coming out of TJ. But man, I saw a study recently about correlation between arm slot and elbow injury. Just the raw data of it surprised me a little bit. Like in that range of high three-quarter, it was like really high risk by the numbers. Just surprised me how out of, like, how much higher it was than I thought. This was a good swing by Weatherholt, but I think he top spins it a little bit. Bryce catches it, launches it in, so there's going to be a man on third, one out. Herrera, sinker on the hands, gets the infield pop-up. Wow. Not really what you're intending to do, but he threw that pitch with a lot of conviction, a lot of velo, and it worked out. And now we got another showdown with Burleson. He's handled him really well so far. Rolled over on a ground out and punched him out on a changeup below zone, I believe. And he's still got 98.6 in the tank. This is like definitely the best I've ever seen him pitch. The best this stuff's ever looked. At least with me watching. Curveball down. That was a banger. Changeup coming here. That was nasty. Lucky to get any piece of that. Do it again. Same. Coming in. Another great pitch. Fouls it off his own, I don't know what. And then change up. So Burleson's going to win this battle. That's just great hitting. Great hitting. Burleson, you're a great fucking hitter. That was good pitching, great hitting. I do feel like he gave him a little bit of an easy way out with this changeup away because he could go with it. But no, Burleson hadn't shown he was going to do that the whole at-bat. So that was great hitting. And he puts it right through that hole and scores the run. So yeah, it sucks. He didn't want to give up a run, but that's just major league hitting right there. All right, here's Jordan Walker. Disgusting changeup down. Do you think he has the stuff to come out of the pen in October? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I mean, you're not going to pitch him over Duran or anybody like that. Let's not get crazy, but he's probably throwing 100 out of the pen come October. And his stuff looks way better now. Hopefully he can maintain it. You've probably answered this question before, but Schlitt or Cease for Cy Young? Man, it's razor thin. I keep looking at it. I looked at it again this weekend because both of those guys pitched. I think if I had to vote today, I'd probably vote Schlittler. But, man, it's like splitting the atom, really. My only reason I'm voting for him is because really the innings gap. I still care about the innings. And the strikeout gap is there, but it's not as huge as you would think. Dirty slider right there to punch out Walker, and then he's going to get one more inning here. Baez again.
Swing at a foul, and it's 0-1. Some changes for the Phillies brought to you by
Painter had a lot of confidence in that changeup. Really everything. Sweeper, I mean, I haven't seen one pitch he hasn't thrown with confidence yet. That's a hanger, but he gets away with it because it's a different shape than those sweepers. And then right-on-right changeup destroys Baez. I mean, now he's just really flowing. That was dirty. First out of the 7th, then a one-pitch hit. That was just, you know, same kind of hit as Burleson. Obviously, this one's more jammed, but contact hit. Trey Turner's had a tough year at short. So that's going to be second and third. Let's see how he pitches out of this. They do have a huge lead, so you get to test the kid a little bit here. Sweeper back door. Here comes changeup. Nasty. Yeah, that did have eyes, Nick B. Fastball down, so he's 2-1. Got to make some pitches. Slider. Pretty hittable pitch. And then curveball. I'm guessing this is a banger. That was nasty. That was nose to toes, I felt like. Didn't have as much break as I expected, but this felt late for a curveball. Dirty. All right, he's got to finish the deal, though. Got to get this out. Blaze Jordan. Sweeper pulled foul. Slider now. 0-2. Slider away. Four-seam at 100. God, I love it. Look at you. Pumping close to 100. Almost near 100 pitches. I mean, that's a great pitch. How do you hit that at all? And then he's going to get him out with the right-on-right changeup. The changeup has become a real thing. This is a hell of a play by Sosa, by the way. Hell of a play by Sosa. That was sick. I wonder if there's any reaction from Painter here. I don't think we'll have a long enough clip to see. Yeah, he was getting ready to get excited about it. Anyway, that's by far the best I've ever seen him look. So that's really good news for the Phillies. This is good. Maybe it just took him a little while to find himself again. I think the changeup's been a major level up. The changeup, ever since this pitch got better, it's been really good for him. And I'm telling you, man, changeups, they're just hard to prepare for. What's his run values looking like on the year? I mean, that four-seam, the early version, you can see was a nightmare. Slider. But yeah, look at that changeup. +3 run value. And really, that's a lot of that's recent. So mid-season adjustment, maybe of the year. We'll find out depending on how well he pitches coming down the stretch. All right, let me get back in the chat here. See what's going on here. Gaining RPM or getting better controlling the running game. Which one is the more difficult one? They're both tough. Man, you have some good questions. It's hard to cheat the spin rate. Realistically, it's hard to make a crazy impactful change on your natural spin rate. I mean, you can do it a little bit. I talk a lot about using the climbing blocks to kind of strengthen your pinch grip. And also you got to understand like what type of stroke on the seams creates the most spin. It's that tangential force. You want to really get that locked in, and there's different grips that can create different things, but a lot of it is kind of your hand. And I mean, there's grip strength and there's some things, but it's hard to make a huge leap in that regard without, going to some illegal substances. In terms of the other one, controlling the running game, I don't know. For me, it was almost impossible. I had one stretch in my career where I was good at it. I don't know how people are good at it, but a lot of people are good at it. So maybe I'll tell you it was harder, but most people would disagree with me. Just dropping this in here from Spectre. What are your thoughts on Sanchez and Wheeler struggling? I mean, I'm not too worried about them. Phillies have won 9 in a row. Those guys are dogs. I think they'll be fine. Is Chase Burns' stuff as nasty as his numbers indicate? Yes. I mean, his main 2 pitches are both elite. His fastball and his slider, both elite. Would you have implemented the sweeper quite a bit, like the league does now? Interesting question. My mom wants to know how you enjoyed your time on the Yankees. I enjoyed that a lot. Should Chad Tracy be considered AL Manager of the Year? Yes, of course. Why not? Of course. Dude, McGreevy's like maybe the best in the whole league at holding runners. Let's take a quick moment to look at 2 leaderboards while we're here, and then maybe I'll watch another player or 2 from the weekend or from tonight if there's something worthwhile. The first one is, where is it? Running game leaderboard. Now, this is something that I scoured a lot as a when I was trying to figure out why the guys who were good are good. Anyway, here is the list. Now, lefties, you have a major advantage. Imanaga's number 1 in net bases prevented. But yeah, Bybee, McGreevy, Skeens, and Soriano are all the next 4, and they're righties. And you know, the big thing is just the stolen base attempt percentage. If you're like super low on just attempts, that's great. Lead distance gained, that's usually a function of how good your pickoff move is. See, like Max Fried, 1.2 feet. They don't want to go anywhere because they don't want to get picked off. So that's an interesting one. But yeah, wow. Net bases prevented. And yeah, Michael McGreevy. That's a big part of his game, man. Leaving guys on. I don't know if it was Foolish or somebody did a video on McGreevy's superpower, and that's the running game. Man, I could have made a lot more money or whatever, or been a lot better if I was good at this. All right, interesting names on this list. McLean's pretty good, I just noticed. Honestly, a lot more righties than I would have thought. But then this is the one I also wanted to look at, the first base receiving category. Now, this is the leaders on this season. Alec Burleson at number 1. Freddie Freeman, Nick Kurtz, Jake Berger. So I thought that was fascinating to look at. Then you can just go see who's the worst. Bryce Harper, -8. Devers, -5. Aranda. Actually, Alonso having a tough year in this regard, which is surprising. He's pretty good overall if you zoom back a couple years. Sal Stewart, so we can ding him maybe a little bit on his Rookie of the Year candidacy because of this. I don't know. Good question. But if you go and you click all these years since they started somehow having this stat, even though they weren't showing it to us yet, I thought this was fascinating. You look at in that whole time period, Matt Olson is number 1, Pete Alonso number 2, which tracks because we've all thought about this watching Mets games over the year. Pete's always felt really good at first base. Yuli Gurriel's incredible on scoops. I think he's number 1 on scoops. Yeah, 4.4 on scoops when he was there. Crazy. This is also Pete in 2024 was the second best year we saw. So he's only 1 year removed from that. Now, I wonder if we can just group all of these real quick. Split years, no. And then on the grouping, Freddie Freeman, Matt Olson are pretty far ahead of the pack over the last while. Gurriel, Christian Walker makes sense. I always felt like Dom Smith. Rizzo, and he didn't even play a lot of this time. But then you go look at the worst. Carlos Santana, Bryce Harper, and Vlad, which kind of surprised me. Does Vlad surprise you guys? Totally surprised me. All right, those are 2 leaderboards that I wanted to look at for a second. Let me get in the chat, and then I'll probably go watch somebody else. All right, let's answer a few more questions here. Marlins front office thoughts. I mean, look, they got an interesting mix there. Peter Bendix, Gabe Kapler. They're saying they're firing all their pro scouts. I'm not on the inside there. PCA or Ohtani for MVP. I'm pretty sure PCA is the front runner at this point pretty clearly, but that doesn't mean it's over. It's far from over. I think Gage Jump could make a big jump next year. I like his stuff a lot. He's super deceptive. For him, it's about limiting walks And, I mean, he's got the stuff. He just got to figure out how to use it a little more. He's in a tough place to pitch, but he's got all the tools, plus that deception's going to level him up a little bit, too. Do you have any thoughts on the Yankees and their up and downs lately as an extension? What do you think about the Stanton news? Yeah, sucks about Big G. I mean, guy's body's just totally betraying him at this point. I mean, double calf injuries this year. I mean, shit, that sucks. And everybody loves Big G, so I know he was probably a couple days away from coming back, which a lot of people don't realize. The ups and downs of the Yankees, I mean, look, they can't hit really. I mean, they had a couple good offensive games recently, but it's tough without Judge. It's tough without Judge. They got Belly back now. That's going to help. Some of the guys are having better at-bats. But I think the strength of the team is actually the pitching and the defense right now. Is Drew Rasmussen the best pitcher to ever do it? He's a dot machine. He's very hard to beat, especially in the Trop. Got an easy way to control the running game. Help me a ton. Be left-handed. Man, if I would have been left-handed, that would have been a dream. Unpopular opinion, but I would go with Boone as AL Manager of the Year. That is an unpopular opinion, but I like it. Who was winning AL Cy Young? I think there's so much going on here, but I think I would say Schlittler is edging him right now, but God, it's close, and it could go either way. This is a long question here, so I can't answer all that right now, but a lot of stuff. Is it wild to say Sonny Gray could win Cy Young? Yeah, it actually is kind of wild to say it. I mean, listen, he's got the wins. He's got the wins. Let's do a quick compare players here. Quick compare, American League Cy Young edition. All right, we're going to go Schlittler. We're going to go Mr. Cease. We're going to go Sonny. And, you know, I've been thinking we got to go this guy as well. Gavin Williams. These are probably the top 4 in my mind. The thing about it is, you got to go on like just basic pitching run value is like, at the end of the day, that's like, you know, it's like, how effective were you? You know, there's a million stats here, and Sonny's done a great job. He's got the wins. He's pitching really well. He's got a great ERA. Frankly, I just don't see how it's anybody but Schlittler or Cease, even at this point. Now, Gavin Williams is punching tickets. He's got 97th percentile strikeout rate, so he's right behind Cease in that regard. He might even have more strikeouts on the season. But this is it's a pretty crazy one. Cease does have the strikeouts. Gotta have Gavin in there. You think Cease will win? Should we add Rasmussen? Just out of curiosity? How do I add another player? Yeah, one more. Drew Rasmussen. He comes in there too. Man, he's looking very favorable on the sliders. On the sliders, he looks like the 3rd best guy. Maybe even the 2nd best guy. All right, now we got to go to Fangraphs. Got to go look at Imaginary War. Hold on. Give me a second. It's going to probably favor Cease, right? Let's see. Leaders, pitching. All right. American League by WAR, which is just where you start the competition. Actually, Schlittler and Cease are tied at 5 WAR on Fangraphs. Then you go down a little bit. I mean, in the American League, there's some other people here like Reed Detmers, but that's, again, he's not going to really be it. He's got a 3.62. There's Rasmussen, 3.7 WAR, a 3.01 ERA. So he's really lagging behind in ERA and strikeout rate. Sean Burke's been quietly really good too. Shane Boz under the hood. Woo, it's crazy. Gavin Williams is way down here at 2.8, but he's got 11.7 strikeouts per 9. I'd still think it's Schlittler or Cease. It's pretty clear to me. But I don't know. Things could happen. They could get bombed on. Right? I do like Sonny, but he's I mean, his case is built around wins, and like, unfortunately, in the modern day, this isn't gonna cut it. You know, it's just like he doesn't have even one. He doesn't even have one strikeout per inning. So I just know that the rate stats are gonna get him. I love Sonny Gray. He's doing great. You know, he might get 20 wins. That's just not how they vote, though. You know, years ago he'd be the front runner for the Cy Young. But they just don't do that anymore. So he's got, I'm just out of curiosity here real quick. He's got 3.3 WAR on Baseball Reference. Schlitz got 5.5. That's a pretty big gap. Cease has 5.4. See, it's damn close there. Gavin has 2.6. He's long gone in this comparison. Then you got Rasmussen. Obviously, there's Louis Varland as well, too. He'll get votes, but he's not going to beat any of these guys. He's at 3. So, I mean, I think it's pretty clear it's between those two guys. Messick will probably get votes as well. He's been very, very quality this year. Parker Messick. Very, very quality. Brian Baker should be in the AL Cy nomination. I like that. What do you think Sonny changed for this year after a few down seasons in St. Louis? Was he down in St. Louis? I mean, he wasn't, like, electric. But he wasn't like bad either, right? We're doing mostly talking on this episode. Yeah, he had the 4.28 last year. He pitched 180 innings, struck out 200 batters. I'm sure his expected stats, I don't know, let's see. All right, so he was more average, but we all know he's a little better than average due to his overall totality of his contribution. So I'd say he's a little above average last year. And then the year before, it was kind of similar. A little better run for benching, little less innings, a little more strikeout, little lower whip. I don't know. He's been pitching the same style for a while. There's not much that's going to really change. Like, his mix is kind of what it is. What did he drop? His mix is what it is. I mean, he wants to throw his sweeper with 2 strikes, kind of downhill, and then he wants to throw like front door sinkers every now and then, a couple sinkers in on righties. Other than that, he's like just kind of sticking and moving. It is impressive, the percentages here. 21, 20, 19, 18, 17. That really keeps you on your toes. That really keeps you on your toes. I really think that keeps you on your toes. What did he have last year? 22, 19, 18, 18, 13. So he's got the cutter up a little bit more, took away a little 4-seam. He's just smart. If you watch him, it's not really like a usage thing. He just kind of sticks and moves depending on what the batter's presenting in the moment. What do you think about Cade Cavalli? Honestly, he's probably been the breakout pitcher of the year. I mean, one of them, right? I mean, he's become incredible. I think his breaking ball is similar to Gavin Williams. Like, the fact that he can throw them so fast with so much break has changed everything. And look at his season right now. 3.21, 28 games, 148, 169 punch. Doesn't pitch deep really, but consistently. But, I mean, he's straight up nasty. The 2 breaking balls are straight nasty. And it's funny, they're kind of next to each other on the pitch plot. I haven't seen this. Curveball is -11 and 7, and the sweeper is -7 and 14. But look at them on the plot. They're right next to each other. You don't usually see that. You can see his sweeper's got a lot more depth to it, just with more movement to the left. That's an interesting pairing. You don't see that a lot. You don't see this on the chart a lot. So that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. All right, back to the Chizat. What's going on, Logan Webb? He's just having one of those mediocre years. A lot of bad batted ball luck. He's going through some great stretches, some bad stretches, just never really found consistency this year. I think the Dodger postseason ratio has potential to go down as best of all time. I agree. It's right there, man. I mean, shit. If everybody's perfect, right? What's the order? I think it goes Yoshi number 1. I think Skubal number 2. I think Snell number 3, Ohtani number 4, Glasnow number 5, and that's ridiculous. Like, that's very interchangeable, those last 3, I think. Have I looked at Juan Murillo's Savant page? Or are you only looking at starters right now? I haven't. I have not watched much of Mr. Juan Morillo from the D-backs. Diablo Cunha, what a savant page. I mean, yeah, he's got some walks, but it's not even that bad. It's about league average. Everything else is electric. We did watch him pitch on the stream one time earlier in the year. 98.7 average. Changeup, sinker. It's pretty good. Not going to lie. It's got a little bit of cuttiness to that heater. Just a touch. They're using him in short stints. He's had a hell of a year. He's real. That's pretty good. Now that they got Jonathan Martinez back too, Justin, they got this guy back now. The D-backs, who just throws the most alien 98 to 103 mile an hour pitches you've ever seen. Look at that. Just absolute ched. So they have some interesting guys that throw gas. All right. We should watch another player, and then I'm probably going to call it. Let me go back to the coffee cups real quick. I'm tempted to watch either McLean or Snell in this situation. You know, Tatis has been going off. If at a normal stream, I would spend a lot of time talking about that. Skubal, Gore, Mizorowski, Yoshi. All right, I think maybe we should go maybe McLean. We've watched Senga. We could go Snell. Let's go Snell. I like watching Snell. Let's watch him. He's pitched well since coming back. We just talked about the Dodger thing. If we have time, maybe we'll do him and McLean, but he's looked great through his 4 starts. So this was the most recent start for Snell. It came against the Pirates. 6 innings, 2 hits, 3 walks, 6 punchies. On 8/23, player breakdown. 49 heaters. That's a lot of heaters. 21 changeups, 12 sliders, 12 curveballs, 37% whiff, 75% first pitch strike, only 1 hard contact. Yikes, Blake. Really nasty, man. Really, really good. All right, Pirates, Dodgers. This is heavy Cade Anderson, right? Cade Anderson, heavy edition. All right, he's going to hit the first batter. I see you. We'll do McLean next. We'll do both. We'll do them both back to back, and then that's it for the night. I see Spencer Jones. We'll get into him. We'll have more. We'll have another stream tomorrow night, and then we'll get into some more guys. All right. 0-2 curveball was a banger, and then he's gonna hit him probably in the foot with a curveball. Yeah, right in the toe. So that sucks. Actually, threw it where he wanted, but it hit the guy. Heater away, huge hack, foul ball, change up. Snow called this outing lazy because he was hunting strikeouts. What do you think about that? I don't know. Let's see. I mean, that was domination. 3 pitches, nowhere close. I mentioned he's Cade Anderson, but with much better, much nastier stuff. His fastball's nasty. That's 17.5 inches of vert. It's almost 96. Just throw it right by Valdez. All right, next up is Reynolds. Change up down. 4-seam, pretty good swing, but great positioning for Tucker. Catches it down the line. 1 out there, back to first. Here is Bilal. Fastball up, fouled off. That was paint, but they called it a ball. Stolen base. Whoops. And then slider here. Perfect pitch, dotted down and away. High chop. Freddie's gonna... Ooh! But nobody advances. So first and third. That was a tough play. All right, Flores, who's actually been swinging it. Fouled off. Fastball up 1 mile an hour from last year before this start as well. It does seem like he finishes strong a lot. Like he seems like to be in a great spot, usually September, October, most of the time. All right, another heater here. Doors. So ends the first inning. Did have a little traffic with a hit a guy in the foot and a high chopper. So it's not like he got hit hard there. All right, second inning. Heater up. This is Nick York, former Red Sox first-round pick. Heater up, swing throughs on both. I feel like I always forget how good Snell is, and then he gets healthy, and he's so damn good. You're 100% right. You're 100% right.
That'll come.
Tomorrow night, I'll definitely look at Spencer Jones. You have my word. You have my word. Lombard, perhaps, depending on what he does.
Back in the zone with another heater. Let's see what he goes with here.
Great take. How the hell did you take that? That was disgusting. Curveball again, pulled foul. Four seam coming here. Target in, locates in. Beautiful. It's funny though, like people have this opinion of Blake Snell like he has no control. It's just like not true. If you just watch him pitch, he's making pretty quality pitches every time. Slider away, dotted, four seam, up top. This is probably what he's talking about, just like trying really hard for strikeouts, but I don't know. That was a good pitch, better swing. Change up here. Have I seen what Ezekiel Duran has been doing lately? No, I know he's had a really good year, though. Snell's an elite pitcher and streamer. He does the gaming, right, and the card ripping. Is that his gig?
Shows bunt and takes a strike that kicks off Fiducia. Freeman will hustle over there to get it near the dugout. And the Pirates have had a run.
I don't agree with the showing the ball too much analysis by Harold Reynolds that I saw. I just think his delivery's out of sync. And he's just not commanding the ball. His stuff's still good. He's just not commanding the ball. Beautiful fastball up and in. Again, like, does Blake Snell have command? I mean, this is perfect pitch. Perfect pitch. Perfect pitch. Third inning coming.
In both games so far. Here comes to Nick Gonzalez, who muscles the first pitch to second. One pitch and one out.
Let's see, they swung.
As a Yankees fan, Snell has good control, just can't stay healthy these days. I mean, that's why he's perfect for the Dodgers, because they don't really like need him until they need him. Other teams can't afford to pay a guy that much to not need him until you need him. Anyway, another perfect fastball jam sandwich. So that's the first out of the third. Here's Valdez. Curveball kind of babied that one a little bit. I thought that he also did card ripping. I saw something like Zilla breaks, right? Isn't breaking card ripping? He does a little bit of both.
In the dirt or hanging, that's
Snell control knocks comparable to McLean. I would agree with that a little bit. There's like an element of just being super nasty that, again, like sometimes guys don't want to swing against you because they don't think they can hit you, and that leads to walks. Or like you just don't get a lot of balls put in play because you're too nasty. Another really good fastball up. Valdez gets absolutely cooked on fastballs up, by the way. Reynolds, heater away, strike. So I think Darren O'Day was good. Darren O'Day is like a freaking one of the best relief pitchers of my generation. Have you seen his numbers? Darren O'Day was a freaking monster.
1-2.
He was so good. There should be more people that throw like him and those other, and like, you know, you see Rogers now. That style is so effective. Fastball up and away, and then a walk. So this is the first walk. He did have that hit by pitch early, and that's a pretty good curveball, just misses. I mean, those are small misses. Nothing wild. Yeah, right, Spectre? These are brutal. Everywhere, though. I think he does. Oh, yeah, Blake says he does gaming and card openings. Who is harder to develop, an elite hitter or an elite pitcher? I'm gonna say an elite hitter. But it's pretty hard to do both. Pretty hard. Elite hitters, though, I mean, you see how many there really are. It's not that many, you know? All right, fastball away here. Allows underneath that. He's got great lift on that. That's 20 inches of IVB. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. Pops it up, fourth inning coming here. Darren O'Day was a legend for a time. I mean, honestly, look at his numbers. They're unbelievable. They really are. You say equally difficult. Did Christopher Sanchez blow the small chance he had at the Cy Young? I just think he had no chance. I mean, I think for a while he was right there with Miz, but he just hasn't really been giving up runs. There's a pop out on a changeup. So he's impossible to catch. He has so many, a bazillion strikeouts too. Mets had O'Day and Joe Smith. Man, they should have held on to both of those guys.
Fastball's been the foundation.
Facts.
We contact and an easy one for Tommy.
You Savage or Benge now? I mean, it feels like Benge, but you can't say that right now because we don't know yet. We don't know yet. I think you have to judge him for the full like 6 years or whatever of team control, or however how long they have him of team control. I just think Savage. The thing about Savage is he might be like a Snell. He might be a guy who's not healthy a lot, maybe, but like also has an ability to completely shut you down in a postseason game. I'm not saying he might have 2 Cy Youngs like Snell, but you see the upside for dominance is there. So it's hard to like ignore that, even though obviously right now Benge is playing and he's doing great. He plays every day, so huge advantage for that. There's a walk. Those pitches are pretty close. Snell looks pissed. Did he just flip out? Yeah, he wasn't too happy about that. All right. Man on first, 2 outs, Triolo. Changeup. Beautiful. Changeup again. Man, these lefty changeups. Scooble, Snell. They're so good. Weird play there, gets the out. 5th inning. Ayo, did you ever go up against Josh Hamilton? You know, I think I might have faced him once, but I'm not positive. Or maybe they took me out because he's a lefty and was good. I don't know. Definitely faced his teams, though.
Years in the major leagues. First 4 of those came in Brooklyn.
Would you rather have a pitcher with elite velocity but average command, or a pitcher with average velocity and elite command? Average velocity and elite command. But elite command, like truly elite command, outweighs elite velocity. But if it's anything less than truly elite command, then you'd rather have the elite velocity. Do you miss pitching? Yes, I do. Because pitching is like it's just really fun to be out there and be at the peak of your powers, you know?
Surgical precision.
It's more about approach than control. Walk percentage isn't perfect evaluating command. What I like to analyze is if the pitcher has K percentage higher than whiff and chase percentage.
A guy that might win 2 Cy Youngs
Okay.
in his career, and then
There are teams that and individual players that research execution rate. They'll literally grade themselves on how well they felt like they executed throughout a game. To me, that's the true measure of command, whether you did what you set out to do. And holding yourself. See, I don't like the miss distance stat. I know that's an interesting one, but to me, it's like it's more so like most of the time I'm trying to throw a good pitch, not a perfect pitch. Greg Maddux said this. You don't want to try to throw perfect pitches; they're hard to do. You want to constantly throw good pitches, and you'll luck into perfect pitches. So to me, that's true command, is constantly throwing a good pitch. Like, oh, you want a fastball down and away, you execute it down and away. It doesn't have to be dotted perfectly, you know? That sort of thing. All right, another good fastball in, another jam there. Valdez again. Let's see if it's more fastballs up to this guy once he gets ahead of him or something. Did you cross over with Britton on the Yankees? Yes, we were together. We signed the same year in 19, played together in 19 and 20. We're in the bullpen together.
stay more comfortable in the heat. And put one of those little heat packs in your back pocket.
Who's the toughest pitcher you faced? I faced Kershaw and Lincecum. Those guys are pretty good.
Started and finished, though, with that
Yeah, I saw this. We talked about this earlier. Not really sure what the story is. So he tried to go to that fastball up to Valdez. Again, did not happen. Here's Reynolds. Fastball swing and miss. Changeup. Another perfect changeup. Here comes Mookie. Nice play. One more inning. Not a huge crowd at Dodger Stadium in this game. Didn't want to see the Pirates. Hey, Adam, what was your favorite manager to play for? Probably Buck or Cora. Buck, Cora, or Boone. Those three.
90 pitches today. Looks like Skubal, by the way, is lined up to make his next start. The first game.
Adam, would you prefer to pitch to a big guy or a small guy? Depends on the situation, but I always felt like I could expose a big guy, big swinger easier than a small guy. All right, 1 out in the 6th. Another good fastball up and in. He has owned that spot. Here comes another one. Another good pitch. See, like, okay, here's a great example. Talking about command. Like, this isn't perfect, right? He wants it on the inside corner, but it's good. I would say he executed that, right? I would give him a yes. If you're just going yes, no, I would say yes, you executed this pitch, right? And maybe now you're getting docked because of missed distance or something. But I think overall you accomplish your goal, and then that's a perfect slider. This is what happens when you speed a batter up. This is the Kershaw plan. Fastball in, slider, back foot, see you later. All right, and then the last batter, Nick York. He definitely did, but I don't think he did anything wrong. I mean, I guess he wanted to go a little bit deeper. He had a couple of long at-bats. I think what he meant was like with Valdez, a couple of those at-bats with Valdez and a couple other guys that led to a couple walks. He probably could have just been in the zone a little bit more and saved himself some pitches, but instead he hunted the heater and hunted the strikeout, and then eventually, led to throwing too many pitches. All right, another good heater up. I thought he looked tremendously great. I think he's awesome. The Dodgers are in such a good spot with these pitchers. Fucking A, Blake Snell, man. He's another weird player. I mean, he's a double Cy Young. We were talking about DeGrom the other day for the Hall of Fame. Snell's gonna have even weirder, more modern career when it's all said and done. I mean, he's not even close. He's at 26 WAR right now. But, I mean, the 2 Cy Youngs, I mean, it's 2 monster seasons in there, all the playoff stuff. I don't know. He's never going to make it probably, but it's tough. He's got 2 Cy Youngs. 1 All-Star, 2 Cy Youngs. Very rare. Very rare stuff. All right. I promised McLean, so we'll go to McLean, and then we'll call it a night. Let me just scroll down here for a little bit. Yeah, I mean, what do you think? Ooh, here's a good question. Adam, what was your first D1 offer? I think my offers were like St. John's, Fordham, UConn, but they wanted me to redshirt. I might have had another one I can't think of, and then, eventually went to Northeastern. Good question, though. The season, Snell pitches 180 is almost guaranteed a Cy. Well, I guess that's because it's only happened twice. 2 Cy Youngs and 1 All-Star is diabolical. I agree. All right, I promised McLean, so we'll watch this last McLean game, and then we'll call it a night. Thanks for everybody hanging with me tonight. This guy needs more attention for the Cy Young. Pitchers need more attention for the Rookie of the Year. Excuse me. He needs more attention for the Rookie of the Year. I almost just really went down the wrong lane there. Anyway, here was the game. White Sox Mets, 6 innings, 1 hit, 4 walks, 6 strikeouts. Player breakdown for Nolan McLean, 35 sinkers, 17 four-seamers, 13 sweepers, 13 curveballs, 6 sliders, 6 changeups, 2 cutters. A lot of fastballs still, but he's making that work, man. He's making that work this year. First pitch strike, 67, only 4 hard hits. 3 of them are on sinkers, so they're probably on the ground. Good to see Daniel Nunez back from the dead. All right, McLean versus the White Sox. .92 pitches. He's going to start off with a strikeout of Antonacci.
Hitting 8th, Tristan Peters. Batting 9th.
Been easy here in Chicago.
Well, they came in as a team that didn't have a whole lot.
My time? What do you mean? I played in college 03, I played 04, 05, 06. Yeah, 04, 05, 06. Freshman year was 04. Good question. Who do you think the Red Sox send down when Roman comes up? Probably Mickey Gasper. That would be my guess. All right, 2-2 count. Here comes the first strikeout. It's a curveball. which we all know. I've said it a lot. One of the best curveballs in baseball. Ridiculous amounts of spin, and he backfoots Antonacci. And this guy doesn't really strike out, so that's disgusting. 1 up, 1 down. Next up, ooh, look at this weird score bug up in the corner. And it's Mr. Murakami. All right, so 2-0. Here comes a sinker. Fouled off.
How he changed the culture very early with this
Fouled
team.
off.
Where he goes on the road, he's got fans.
And front door sinker, but somehow it's on the outside corner and he takes it. Weird play there. All right, here's Miggy Vargas. Very happy for all his success, honestly. 97 up ball. Here's another. So he's going 4-seamers to righties and sinkers to lefties. We're talking weird pitch usage. Sweeper coming here. Dotted. 1-2. Backdoor sinker attempt.
Something he didn't do when he was younger.
Misses in, but jams him. Not happy with his location, but it is a 1-2-3 first.
Welcome back. No score between the White Sox and Mets here in this bottom of the
Sinker away. Good pitch. Got him off the end of the bat. Interesting that he's doing these sinkers to these lefties.
As a fly ball into right field.
Especially early in like contact counts. Yeah, what would you prefer? More high spin slider or high spin curve? I mean, yeah, man, they're both great. If you could throw a curveball like McLean, though, like a McLean or Lugo or like old school Garrett Richards or somebody, I mean, those curveballs are just so lovely and nasty and sharp. If Greg Maddox's teams had ABS, would they have won the World Series as much? Well, they didn't really win the World Series that much. Tell you what, ABS, small zone, guys not chasing, no extra leeway off the corner. Tom Glavine might have been in trouble. I know he had amazing command, but he got such a generous strike zone. I know Maddox did too to some extent, but I feel like he had the command and movement to make it work. Glavine had the great changeup and the command. I don't know what else he had that was nasty, though. I know he's a Hall of Famer and unbelievable, but he definitely dominated by throwing a lot of pitches outside the zone. All right, there is a vicious curveball to Montgomery. So a couple early strikeouts with the curveball. Great sign that he's striking his curveball or getting it into a competitive location. That's huge. Curveball definitely tend to age better than sliders. Okay. What is the main team you watch? There's no main team. I just watch whoever's interesting. Player performances. We just talk the game. We do end up watching a lot of Mets for sure. A lot of Dodgers, a lot of just interesting players. So there's the right-on-right changeup to get Meidroth out. So I like that usage right there. Here is Peters. Sinker away, gets the chase. It's just such an interesting strategy with these early sinkers to lefties, and he keeps missing with them arm side, but he's somehow keeping them on the outside corner. There's one hammered foul. So sinker, sinker, sinker. Now heater at 97. Misses arm side. Curveball out of that window should work. Oh. Wow. I didn't know he was going to do it perfect. Oh my God. Watch this again. Everything's away, including this fastball up and away. So now anything that's that far out, he's probably shutting it down because everything's been moving away, and that's like an easy take, right? But then watch the curveball. It's away. Oh, I'm going to take it. And then it just snaps back into the zone because it's an absolute banger. I got to watch it in full speed.
On Friday night.
Yo. That was so good. That was so gross. Holy cow. Also, the other day, you said you used to really dislike the Brewers. Why? Just because they beat me a lot. They beat my teams a lot. And their style of play, like they're really like super put the ball in play, slap it around style of play. Just for a while, it just used to just stress me out. Wow, good backdoor sinker there to Rogers to punch him out. A lot of bugs flying around in this game. You guys seeing that on the screen? Buggy day in Chicago. Love the backdoor sinker. I don't know. I guess I was just being a hater, but I've started to grow to like them a little bit more. A little bit more.
Jake said he was so appreciative of just how kind she was about it. Because you can understand, right? Like,
I mean, we've been talking about this question all day, Joelito. I think he should be very hotly considered. Good swing there by Antonacci. That was a good pitch to hit. Middle sinker. 2-0 too, so good swing there. Product of falling behind. But it just seems like position players have the leg up in this race, so I don't know. How you throw the changeup. All right, I'll give you a quick changeup grip as soon as this batter's over. 2-0 curveball. That's 3-0 to Murakami. Here comes a sinker, 3-0 sinker. Man, almost looked like they're trying to throw a ball with that pitch, yet.
3 balls and a strike.
He threw a strike, then he throws another one, and then he's going to walk him. So Murakami just spitting on pitches he walks. So he's in a little bit of trouble here. 2 on. And 2 out. All right, quick solo shot for the changeup grip. This was my changeup grip right here. Middle finger on this seam. This finger kicked off the seam. Thumb on the bottom. And I'd like to have a little thumb pressure to almost push the ball back into my finger. And then I would try to roll it off this finger and spin it. Now, if you do the same thing, but you spike the finger here, that's called the kick change. That's what all the kids are doing these days. They're kick changing it. Then when you release it, it's the same thing, but you kick it, and the seam comes a little bit different, and it creates a little bit more drop. So there's a little tutorial with that. It's a little tutorial with that. All right, so again, he's in a little trouble here for the first time. First and second, 2 outs, Miggy Vargas. Dots a sweeper away. Nice pitch. That was overturned. That was dotted. Interestingly, a cutter up and away ball. I feel like McLean has drifted more cross body over time, or it's just the fact that he's so far over. I'd be curious to see what he decides to do next year with where he stands on the rubber. All right, 2-2, 98 mile-an-hour fastball. That was a strong pitch up and away. Now he's going to try sweeper.
As a crowd starting to get into it.
Man, good fight. That was a good pitch.
2-2.
Curveball. Great take. Unbelievable take. And then Miggy Vargas is going to walk here.
3-2.
Honestly, it's just a great at-bat by Vargas. That's going to load the bases. He had him where he wanted him. He just didn't put him away. So here's Benny. I just don't like this pitch. I know he dots it. It's very impressive. But if this ball's put in play, where's it going, guys? More likely than not, it's going opposite field. And you look at the alignment opposite field. There's a lot of room over there. This whole part of the infield is wide open, and then obviously all you got to do is poke it anywhere over here, and it's a hit. So I know this is dotted, and that's why it works, because his command shows up here in a big way, and he puts it right there. But the idea of this pitch, I just don't understand. All right, curveball here. Swing and miss, and now a front door sinker. Ooh, execute it, and he does. And gets out of the jam. So that's the benefit of working away, and then you can come in with the front door sinker. So honestly, just perfect execution of all 3 pitches right there for McLean to get out of that bases loaded stitch. All right, 4th inning, first pitch out on a sweeper to Montgomery, Braden Montgomery. Here is Colson Montgomery. Slider, backdoor miss, and changeup, which I've been saying he should throw even more because he's got a great one. This wasn't his best rep, but it's going to get him an out, a quick out. And now we are at Meidroth. Sinker at the kneecap ball. Sinker in, swing and miss. Do it again. Oh, now he's trying to go away. He's lucky that pitch didn't get hit. That leaked too far middle. And now 4-seam. Ground ball to Bo, who's played a pretty damn good third, I believe, recently. All right, next up, Peters, first pitch sinker, and, you know, somehow this sinker, I know he's got a lot of drop on his sinker, but it has been very effective versus lefties. All right, top 5th, bottom 5th, Rogers, sweeper ball.
As the White Sox still just 1 hit, the single
4-seam strike.
White Sox hitters.
That arm angle is very difficult for right-hand hitters to adjust to.
Changeup foul.
It's propelled him to a very good season.
See, a lot of younger pitchers are learning splitters now over the changeup. What do you think about that? It's just another option, but now that we have like such a advanced understanding of how to throw every pitch, for a certain population of pitchers, it's going to be super effective. Four-seam up, just misses. And another four-seam here. This is going to be a hit. No, it's not. It's going to be an out. Flies out to the track. So that's 2 outs in the 5th. Robert catches that up against the wall. He almost got a clip there, but I didn't think that was a bad pitch. All right, backdoor breaking ball, perfect. Change up away, perfect. Even though that's off. Now front door sinker attempt, I'm sure of it. Just misses. Antonacci's dying to get hit. Oh, and he gets hit on the next pitch. Dying to get hit. God, he's such a flea. All right, so man on first, 2 outs for Murakami. Heater away, generous strike, but then overturned to a ball. Sweeper coming here. Ooh, really good backdoor sweeper. See, that's what I saw with Nolan when he first got called up. A lot of perfectly placed backdoor sweepers. Weird pitch there. And now he's going to try the front door sinker again. He's definitely falling in love with this pitch, and it is a you know, it's my thing too. It's what you should do. He just got to execute that consistently and he'll have no problems, but it seems like every time he gets to 2 strikes, he wants to throw the comeback sinker. All right, 6th inning. This is where he finishes out. Here's Miggy Vargas. Slider fouled off.
They saw him when they acquired him in that trade from the Dodgers. Just that patience.
Slider popped up.
Pops this one up.
Here comes Young. One out there. Back to Benintendi. Threw Benintendi a hell of a sequence that last time. Sweeper away. Here comes a 4. Great pitch. Change up off of that. Didn't drop, but that was effective. Now to the curveball. He does that a lot. Curveball again.
Curveball has been missing.
And then a walk. So yeah, he ends up with the 4 walks.
Not many scoring opportunities for.
He might be a victim of sometimes trying really too hard for the strikeouts, like Snell was talking about. Like he gets ahead and then he seems to go from 0-2 to walk for some of his walks. All right, 0-2 curveball here, ground to the second, Semien to Lindor, on to first, safe. And then a 1-pitch out to end his outing here to Montgomery. It's another sinker away to a lefty that I have, for the life of me, I can't understand why they're swinging at these. I never got any lefties to swing at these pitches. It's amazing. Maybe it's the angle. Yeah, maybe it's trending towards the corner here, so they trust it, and then it kind of checks back to out of the zone. So maybe it's where he's at on the rubber. I don't know, but it's unbelievable how much he's getting guys to swing at those pitches. Another great outing. His stuff looks fantastic. Everything he has is great. Four-seam's even gotten a lot better, in my opinion, because of the angle he's putting on it, and it's throwing it like 97 all the time. So, I mean, look, he's great. He's so great. We've said it from the beginning. Yeah, I mean, could he be sharper at times? Yeah, sure, fine, if you want to quibble. But, I mean, he's headed towards big things if he can stay healthy and continue to level up his command and, you know, figure out maybe how to add some more chase to his game. I think that's probably the one thing really holding him back. Just the chase rate. But it's a tough one when you're east-west. He's going to have to execute a little bit better below zone or above zone to increase that chase rate. But that's kind of my only takeaways from him. All right, back to here, and then we're probably done. Do you have a favorite year from your career? I don't know, not really. I mean, all the playoff years are always fun just for the group. Obviously, I think 18 was the best year I pitched, the best I ever pitched. 18, 19, and 22, but I was also loved 15 and 16, even though I was hurt for part of that. So it's just hard to say. But I do remember the first time we made the playoffs with the Rockies in 17. That was a pretty joyous feeling. Yeah, you want to be getting strikeouts with 0-2 or 1-2, Carl. I agree. He could definitely get there. He could definitely get to Cy Young world. He definitely could get there. Early in the year, he was jumping around a lot on the mound, and it was making his execution rate suffer. Definitely. No, I don't think he has the yips. I just think he's just resetting right now, and I mean, I still think he'll figure it out, but he might be running out of time this year. He definitely might be running out of time this year. I mean, it's just every pitch matters. So that's the big thing, you know? That's the big thing. Every pitch matters. Does it make sense to have a splitter or changeup which is overly too much? Some people do it. It's been done before. Not often, but it's been done before. This is my guy, one of my favorites, one of my buddies. Love Drew. Drew's the man. Not sure what's going on. All right, let's do probables, and then I'll throw up the chapters, and I'm going to bed. All right, Ian Seymour, Jackson Jobe for tomorrow. Rays and Tigers. Red Sox, Marlins, Peyton Tolley and TBA. Rockies, friend of the program now, Peyton Tolley. Rockies, Nats, TBA and Andrew Alvarez. Astros, Yankees, Ethan Pecco, Will Warren. Will Warren I love Will Warren, but he's had a tough second half, but he just has more lives than a cat because every time he's about to get bumped to the bullpen, somebody goes down. This time it was Weathers. Royals, Jays, Lugo, Scherzer, former teammates. Brewers, Mets, Harrison, Thornton. This will be an interesting test for the Mets. I mean, not that it matters much, but they'll play the Brew Crew. Dodgers, Braves. Always like when these teams play each other for some reason. Glasnow and Elder. Glasnow back. Return of the Glass, so we'll watch that. Rangers, White Sox, DeGrom and K. DeGrom working on getting above 2,000 Ks now. Bassett and TBA, Orioles, Cards. Guardians, Angels. There's that man, Gavin Williams, and oddly effective Walbert Urania. Cubs, D-backs, Clay Holmes and Brandon Pfaadt. That's a great pitching matchup there. And then I love this one too. Skeens and King. Pirates, Pods. Twins and A's. Taj Bradley, Gage, Jump. Phillies, Marlins, Aaron Nola, George Kirby. A lot of games tomorrow. This is the last one. Reds, Giants, Singer, Hauser. Now, let me check the scoreboard real quick for what's happening around baseball right now, and then I'll go to bed. Guardians up on the Angels 2-1 in the 5th. Mariners beating the snot out of Wheeler, huh? They're up 6-2, the Mariners. Pirates and Padres tied 0-0 in the 5th. Twins 2, A's 1 in the 5th. Cubs 2, Diamondbacks 0 in the 5th. Giants 5, Reds 0 in the 4th. Home run there from Devers, it looks like, 108.9. The games that have ended, Red Sox do win that game against the Marlins 4-2. Rays handled the Tigers. Tigers are in big trouble. Rasmussen was the story there. Nationals crushed the Rockies, and Rangers crushed the White Sox. So that's it. That's it, and that's all. Appreciate you guys. Thanks so much. And sorry for a little bit of a different stream tonight, but sometimes you just got to roll with what you got. So I'll be back tomorrow night for another night stream, and appreciate all you guys. Have a great night, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks again. Adios.